Farm Rock 2015 rolls on. I'm sitting with Tony Higbee of Tom Keifer's band. How you doing? Thanks for taking the time today.
I'm good, man. Thanks for asking me to come hang out with you.
Absolutely.
Be one of the cool kids.
Oh, thank you so much. So tell me how you got to where you are right now. How are you at Farm Rock 2015?
That's a long tale. I don't know. What do you want to know?
How did you start in this business? When did you start playing guitar?
Man, I've been playing guitar since I was a teenager. It's funny, I actually started playing bass when I was like 11. Picked up guitar later in my teens for the sake of writing. Then I had a family of bass players. My dad's a bass player, which is where I picked it up at. My brother's a bass player. I started playing in a band with my brother, and he was a bass player, and I loved playing guitar and fronting the band, and it just kind of became, my second home. And now, evidently, I've been doing it long enough, it's become my first home.
Right, so you turn what you love to do into a career, sometimes before you even realize it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how many bands have you been in before this one?
Oh gosh, I couldn't even count. Now, how many bands have I been in that you would know before this one?
Oh no, how many bands I want to talk about like the steps it takes to get where you are now. I mean, not every band succeeds.
I'll tell you what, I'm 40 years old. I started playing with Tom when I was 37. I have been in bands since I was 13. So, God, it's 20 maybe?
Yeah, 25 plus years. I mean, again, you can do the math. What did you ever have like a real job? Did you ever not? Did your parents say, Tony, you can't be a musician your whole life. You have to have a real job.
It's funny. Everybody's different, and I respect the position that I've seen a lot of guys have, which is if I don't make it, then that's it. But I'm not going to school, and this is all I'm going to do, and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it works out. A lot of times it doesn't, And oddly enough, I actually had a really cool, supportive mom. But her whole thing was, you go out, play all the music you want, do everything you want to do, but please go to college first. So I went to college, but I actually played in a cover band, every weekend doing 4-hour sets to pay bills, and in the process, I wound up kind of honing my chops a little bit that way, and it really helped out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, practicing your craft is the way that you get better at anything, obviously, and obviously playing guitar for 25 years, you've been practicing for a long time. So who are some of the guitars that inspire you or that you listen to that make you want to pick up the guitar and start playing?
Tom Keifer, no. Actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you, no. He's a great guitar player. He's one of the best from that decade, and his playing's timeless, and I mean, generally speaking, I'm usually stand up on stage at some point in the night looking over and going, man, I can't believe I'm in a band with this dude. And he's got a really awesome style. It's really unique and unto his own. But as far as other players, I mean, Ace Frehley, I think, made a lot of guys want to pick up a Les Paul. And there's something very memorable about his guitar solos and melodic. Tom Schultz from Boston, there's another one. You can whistle his guitar solos.
Right.
They're just so melodic. But then you've got guys like Nuno, who is just devastating, and he makes it look so
easy.
Yeah, like you just look at him and you're like, I'm gonna go home and sell all my stuff.
Right, that's
it's all good. He's got it.
Right, those killer riffs, and then he does it with a smile on his face and a wink, and
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. It's when you practice it, and then you add the extra flair, because at a certain point you were probably looking at your fingers, and then you stop looking at your fingers, and you step up a little bit, and I feel like everyone adds their own flair to it. So what do you bring to the table? What do you do differently? What's your style? If I had to ask you, what's Tony's style? What do you bring?
Man, I don't know what I'd call my style. I try to play whatever's right for the gig. I try to play whatever's right for my, the particular thing I'm doing. I mean, I have a band called the East Side Gamblers. That's my own band that I front, and it's still definitely steeped in that two-guitar, blues-based 70s hard rock, but with some other overtones thrown into it, like some of the Scandinavian bands, like the Backyard Babies and the Helicopters and stuff like that. That's a little dirty and a little punk and a little edgy, and so that's a little bit different flavor than playing with Tom, which is a little more steeped in the blues, tinge of UFO from time to time in some of those solo feels, and just it's a very tasteful, very, I don't want to say precise is the word, but just there's a melody to it, and you have to learn how to play. I feel like with him with just the right amount of flair to do your own thing, but not step on the song, because the songs are timeless.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And obviously your interpretation of that gets clearer over time.
Yeah, absolutely. You get comfortable with the song, and you learn it. And a lot of times, we'll start off learning something pretty much note for note, verbatim. But you play together long enough and you play live and things happen spontaneously, or maybe suddenly you maybe hear something just a little bit different, and before you know it, maybe you've changed a little subtlety or a little nuance about it here and there, and kind of made it with your own without realizing it. I mean, there's times where we'll play a song for a couple of years, and I'll go back and I'll hear the original version of it, or even a version of it that maybe I played 2 years ago, and go, oh, I forgot I used to do that, or when did I start doing this? And they just kind of tend to grow. But I think a lot of that comes too with the band is relatively young and formation. I mean, the solo band, we've been together for 3 years, and every time we go out and play, I can just feel the band getting tighter and tighter and kind of locking in, and it feels really good.
So what's next for the band?
Well, we've got shows all through September. It seems like 2 or 3 a week right now, all through September. And then go home for about a week, and then we're taking off and going to Europe for 3 weeks. And we're going to go all over Europe, Eastern Bloc even, and go over there and dip our toes in that pool, so to speak, and bring the rock to the European fans who, from what I understand, are awesome fans for rock shows.
Well,
so we're really looking forward to that. Come back, be home for about a week, and then go out and play till right up close to the holidays begin, knock it on the head for the year, and then kick it off with the Def Leppard cruise end of January next year, which is going to be
sounds pretty awesome. So
absolutely,
Tony Higbee of Tom Keifer's band, Farm Rock 2015. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Man, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You guys take care.
Thank you.